Hello, all you lovely people, and thank you for tuning into Real Talk Today, the show where we talk about all things movies. My name's Damian Pickett, and I'm joined today by the man, the myth, the legend, Morgan Robinson.
Hello, everyone. Very glad to be back here after my first time being on. Exciting to discuss some of the things that have gone down in the past couple of weeks. It's been pretty big, the stuff that's gone
Pretty
down.
big couple weeks in film, isn't it? And thank you so much for joining us. We've missed you on here. On today's show, we're actually going to talk about Murder on the Orient Express, recent news in the world of movies, and a preview hyping up Justice League, which is just around the corner this weekend. Now, without further ado, we're going to actually get into the first part of the show. Morgan, take it away.
Yes, so first up is Murder on the Orient Express. The film is a remake of a film from the 60s, of course, based on the classic Agatha Christie Hercule Poirot mystery novel, starring Kenneth Branagh, who also directs the film as Poirot. You've got a cast that also has Michelle Pfeiffer, Penelope Cruz, Willem Dafoe, Daisy Ridley, Josh Gad, Johnny Depp, as well as some others. It is a absolutely huge cast.
Stacked.
Damian, you have seen the film. What did you think about it?
Honestly, I was so excited for this movie. Like you said, you got Kenneth Branagh behind the camera and in front of the camera with that fantastic mustache. I mean, that alone is worth the movie price. But the movie, if I'm being completely honest, is a letdown. Like you said, you've got a stellar cast. And I was personally really excited to see people like Daisy Ridley and Josh Gad really shine amongst like Dame Judi Dench and even Kenneth Branagh. But I will be honest with you, the movie falls flat. And with a cast like this, there isn't an excuse. It drags out a little bit too much. The content and the quality of the story, it's lacking in all areas. It's beautifully shot film. CGI, you couldn't even tell that it wasn't really filmed in the mountains and in some green screen. Yeah. But at the same time, you don't go to a movie to be disappointed like that.
Is it a case of it was lacking some sort of suspense that the novel originally might have had?
Maybe not suspense. It's by the time it tries to pay off for the suspense that it builds, it's not worth the movie price, for me at least. But of course, you do have Kenneth Branagh's fantastic mustache.
And Kenneth Branagh is a very worthwhile director, of course. He's most known for his sort of Shakespeare stuff. Yeah. But he's...
I mean, it's overhyped. That's what it is, really. And now, since we're talking about movies that we've seen this past weekend, I actually was able to catch A Bad Mom's Christmas, Bad Moms 2. I was a little bit of a fan of the first Mom, guilty pleasure right there. But in case you all don't know what it's about at home, these three moms, which is Mila Kunis and Kristen Bell and a bunch of actually other moms, it's not just three this time, there's more. They all have to deal with their kids and Christmas and the Super Bowl that is for the parents. It is a charming, funny movie, if a little bit raunchy so don't take your mom or grandparents to go see it. But it is a fun time. Mila Kunis knocks it out of the park. Kristen Bell. I'll tell you though, have you ever seen the TV show Smallville?
Yeah,
you know Green Arrow, Justin Hartley.
Yes.
He's in the movie. So for any of you Smallville fans at home, he's actually the big star in the movie. So definitely check it out. You haven't seen Bad Moms, have you?
I haven't seen Bad Moms Christmas. No, I know Bad Moms was a pretty surprise sort of hit at the end of summer last year, but Bad Moms Christmas, maybe a bit early to go and watch Christmas films yet.
Maybe a bit early, but has it won you over, do you think?
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe. Well, I'll tell you, it's a guilty pleasure of mine to say that I like the first movie and the second movie, but you know what? I'm comfortable enough to say it. I like my women's movies sometimes.
Oh, of course, definitely. There is some great ones out there. It seems like it's a lot of fun for like a group of women to go to the
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to take a couple of my uni friends to go see it. We're going to have a fun time. Maybe have a little fun beforehand. Go have some free... So anyways, carrying on with the show, we're actually going to move to our next topic, which is movie news. And The Post, which is being made by Steven Spielberg and stars Meryl Streep, Tom Hanks, and so many big names. The first trailer just dropped this week. Morgan, how are you excited for this movie?
Yeah, I mean, I really did like this trailer. Basically, it oozed the sort of just give it Best Picture now. Yeah. It was that sort of vibe. It's, got the sort of real world. It's a biopic. It's Tom Hanks, Meryl Streep. You're guaranteed Oscar buzz with that sort of stuff. Spielberg as well.
And I'm telling you, I'm pretty excited for that. And then, of course, staying in the topic of movie news, we have that exciting movie, The Post, but also the big news that Rian Johnson is making the next trilogy of Star Wars movies. How are you feeling about this? Because personally, for me, this is getting me excited for The Last Jedi. Is it exciting you as well?
This is insane news. This is really insane news. Not only does it show that Lucasfilm and Disney have so much faith in the quality of The Last Jedi and what Rian Johnson has brought to that, to give him a whole new trilogy, it opens the world, it opens the world up so wide for so many different things that we haven't seen yet. I know in the official statement that Lucasfilm did release, it was very sort of like, oh, we're going to explore things not that we've not seen before, aside from Skywalker and Empire and the Rebels and even the Republic. So whether we go to the old Republic,
or a new Republic, maybe hop in the future, maybe.
Hop in the future, I'm not too sure about, but with Rian Johnson at the helm, it does show so much faith.
Yeah, and I think it does show faith in Rian Johnson that he created Last Jedi with ease. Apparently, he had no problem with production, and I think with the trust that they were able to give him for The Last Jedi, a whole new trilogy doesn't seem quite out of the question if everything ran so smoothly. And if he makes another cute creature like Porg, I'm not going to complain.
Of course, I love the Porgs. Porgs are wonderful.
Porg is easily my most anticipated part of the movie. And then leading off the news of the week, I have a pretty big story right here. You've heard the movie All Money in the World?
Yes, of course.
Which is being made by Ridley Scott, same man who made Alien and Aliens. And Kevin Spacey, a man surrounded by controversy at the moment, is actually, it's been reported, and it's official now from Ridley Scott's production company, that he's going to be completely cut out of All the Money in the World, and instead he's going to be replaced by Christopher Plummer, a man who's actually going to play John Paul Getty, which is really weird. And Morgan, with only 2 weeks to shoot all of Kevin Spacey's scenes in All the Money in the World, how do you feel about that?
It's going to be a huge undertaking. There's no doubt about that, but we do know that Kevin Spacey's role was originally quite small, and Christopher Plummer being originally wanted for that role is quite interesting. Hopefully this will get more news out about this film. I think it will have a bigger box office because it's got this really necessary and unusual story behind it.
I agree. It's good publicity for the movie, and especially for the Oscar season coming up.
Absolutely.
Now, we have an exciting couple of weekends coming up with some big films. And Morgan and I took a trip down to the very cold Salford Quays to chat about those films coming out. So me and Morgan are out here in the chilly Salford Quays, and we're going to chat to you guys about the movies coming out this weekend. Now, Morgan, got a little bit of a movie coming out this weekend, don't we?
Pretty huge movie. Justice League, of course, DC's latest outing. Looks like it could be pretty damn good.
It looks very, very good, especially off the heels of something like Wonder Woman, which was a big box office and audience success. And you've got the talent behind the camera, which is Joss Whedon and Zack Snyder, partly making the movie 50-50 kind of. Joss Whedon, known for making hit TV shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Firefly, and also another little bit of a small superhero movie, Avengers.
Yes, he knows how to do his
superhero movies. And so, coming off the heels of Wonder Woman, I personally love Batman vs. Superman and Man of Steel.
Do I.
You do, and you're also a little bit of a fan of Suicide Squad, aren't you?
I had fun with Suicide Squad. It had its problems.
You might be the only one on that one, but we'll go along with it.
It had its problems, but I'm a big DC cinematic universe fan. I'm a big Zack Snyder fan.
Yeah, same here.
So, the look of Justice League looks to be pretty similar to
it looks like a fun movie that you can take your friends out to, have a good weekend, have a good time at cinema this weekend. And so you've got that movie amidst a bunch of superhero movies coming out this year. A lot of them. Hopefully this one can top the box office, but also critically do well.
I certainly think it will be one of the most fun.
It definitely has the possibility. And along with Justice League coming out this weekend, we also have a movie you're looking forward to, Ingrid Go West. Tell me a little bit about that.
Absolutely, Ingrid Goes West. A smaller film, a very indie film. Stars Aubrey Plaza, of course, from Parks and Rec, and Elizabeth Olsen is in it as well, who's great. It's the story of Aubrey Plaza, who basically has a cross-America, cross-country tour in search of a social media star who she looks up to and admires.
Right.
So it's sort of a Find your heroes, are your heroes.
Bit of a stalkerish vibe as well.
A bit of a stalkerish vibe, I think, but it's supposed to be quite funny. I've heard very, very good things
Same here
about
from
it.
critics, but also Chris Pratt, who obviously is a big friend of Aubrey Plaza. They did Parks and Rec together. He's been upvoting the movie a little bit, talking about it, saying how it's a great comedy, but also a great story for the 21st century generation. So, we got a bit of noise going over there. But also, along with Ingrid Goes West, we also have Daddy's Home 2. Now, this is actually officially released next weekend, but this weekend you can actually catch a preview of it at your local Cineworld and View Cinema. So make sure you guys check that out
if you are, of course, a Will Ferrell fan and don't mind supporting Mel Gibson.
Yeah, that's a bit of an iffy one for him, but I am looking forward to that one. So you have those movies. Obviously, you've also got Thor 3, another little superhero movie.
That's still going.
And so so if you guys want to go see those movies, you have the new superhero movies, you've got the comedies, and then you've got the indie movies. Check those out.
You have got a big lot of films to go to at the minute. So, back to us in the studio.
Go back to you guys. What an exciting time to be a film fan. And let's talk about that movie, man.
That movie.
Justice League, okay?
Oh my God, Justice League. I am such a big DC fan. I'm a fan of the DC universe itself. I am a big fan of Man of Steel, a big fan of Batman vs Superman. I even had fun with Suicide Squad, like I said, in that package. And I'm a huge fan of Wonder Woman, of course. So all this just is right for me.
Yeah.
The merging of Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon's styles.
Seems like a match made in heaven,
It's
kind of,
weird because I love the visual style of Zack Snyder. I'm a fan of the sort of fun style of Joss Whedon. From what I've heard from reactions of Justice League just on social media and whatnot from people who was at the premiere or have seen early screenings, they overwhelmingly say it's very, very fun.
And I had a fun time with Batman vs Superman, which came out last year. I wasn't the biggest fan of Suicide Squad, but that doesn't stop me from being excited about a movie that has Batman, The Flash,
of course,
Wonder Woman, possibly Superman.
Definitely
Superman. Let's not kid ourselves. And it's exciting to be able to see these characters come to life on screen. And unfortunately, what happened with Zack Snyder and why he had to leave was very sad. But I think in the end, Joss Whedon coming in might benefit the movie as a whole. And if anything, it's gotten me more excited to see these two people who I think are great directors.
Exactly. I'm just looking for a great time, an entertaining time. I get so many sort of chills from watching DC films. I mean, this is just a personal sort of feeling, but I love these characters so much.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's just a great time to be in the cinema and watching a Justice League film. This is my Avengers. I don't care what anybody says.
I honestly love both Marvel and DC. Justice League, though, that's an iconic group right there.
Yeah.
And I think to see that for the first time mold and come alive on screen with Superman and all these people and great actors as well. Brilliant actors.
Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Henry Cavill, Ray Fisher as Cyborg, Ezra Miller as Flash, Jason Momoa is in it. Is Green Lantern in it though?
It's hard not to be.
Is Green Lantern in Justice League?
It's hard to say no to that because he is that seventh member that's missing at the moment. So it's hard not to be excited for a movie like this. I say Green Lantern's in it. What do you think?
I hope he is. I really do.
You hope he's in it. Now staying on to the topic of superhero, the superhero genre, let's go into our final segment of the movie, which is Blast from the Past. The segment where we will talk about a classic film in a certain genre, which will be a superhero movie, and we're going to recommend it to all of you guys at home to see in the comfort of your own homes. Now, Morgan, what's your movie?
My Blast from the Past this week is my favourite Batman film, which is actually Batman Returns.
Batman Returns, okay.
Batman Returns, because it is the most Batman-like Batman film. It's the weirdest. It's the most sort of gothic. It's the kind of the darkest as well when you think about it. Danny DeVito's Penguin is fantastic.
I agree.
Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman is fantastic. Everybody loves Michael Keaton as Batman. Christopher Walken as Max Schreck. Of course, he's the weird businessman. I love Batman Returns because of the style of it. A load of people obviously say that the Christopher Nolan trilogy of The Dark Knight, Batman Begins are great. They are wonderful, wonderful films. But the most Batman of Batman films is Batman Returns. So that's what you should watch if you're getting ready for Justice League.
Well, I'm actually going to hop on that train and quickly talk about my movie, which is Batman Begins. Again, another Batman movie, my personal favorite. If you guys want to see a great origin story for a superhero, this is it right here. This is the definitive, for me, this is the definitive Batman movie. Christian Bale puts in a great performance, and Christopher Nolan is an amazing director, an amazing storyteller. And that's why Batman Begins is my choice for Blast from the Past. Well, guys, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching.
Yes, thanks, guys. You can always follow us on Twitter at Real Talk Keys to get involved with the show and talk
That's right. And of course, sound off in the comments and get involved in the discussion of movies. And make sure to subscribe to Keys TV to stay tuned for the next Real Talk and other shows on the Keys Network. And until next time, everyone, bye-bye.